But let's go back over that crazy pop-up, because clearly what everyone was saying was what we have here is a failure to communicate. Yonder CY, break it down.
Yeah, man. Look, and I think for me, it all comes to communication, right? And you look at who's playing and what's happening, and how much time have you really spent at first base? And I think for me, Rodriguez hadn't really had that experience with each other, with the players, to understand what was happening. And look, as a first baseman myself, I always went through pre-pitch checklists, right? I always wanted to know where my right fielder was at. I wanted to know where my second baseman was at. And it was all about understanding, like, hey, all right, man, if the right fielder scooted to right center, we've got to communicate ourselves with balls over us, right? If there's a catcher that's not really athletic, we got to make sure I can cover all that foul line. I, for me, always wanted to know what my second baseman was doing, what my right fielder was doing, and it was all about communication, especially with fly balls. And the last thing for me is, how athletic is the pitcher? How athletic is my pitcher, and how athletic is my catcher? And when we look at this play, it always felt like these guys just weren't aware of their surroundings. They weren't really communicating that well. And yes, the ball is hit up, the pitcher's kind of pointing at it, but that's about it. Other than that, you're seeing Rodriguez come in hard. He doesn't even look at the catcher. He doesn't even look at the third base guy in Hayes, and he's just trying to go at it like if he was playing in the outfield, right? So I think for me, it was a no man's land, because for me, home plate is kind of that line, that linear line. Anything that's on this right side is the third baseman. Anything that's on the first base side is mine, right? And that wasn't the case. It was all, I got it, nobody else is playing, get out of the way, and that really necessarily didn't happen.
This was full panic mode that set in all at one time. The game does move fast, but if you speed it up, it could get in hyperspeed at times. And the play speeds up for me, Yonder. If we run this back, as soon as the ball is hit, and Bart puts his head up and he can't see it, right here, he cannot see the ball. He does not know where it is. At this moment, all panic settles in. Endy Rodriguez at first base, he's not going to even look down again to see if Bart finds the ball and gets settled under it. And you see this terrible collision that happens. So a few things that stick out to me. We're going to end up having to run this back again. We end up getting it out right here. Ideally, as the catcher, the ball goes up. You've seen this play so many times, Yonder. Ball goes up, catcher comes out. The ball is going to fall back towards the field, so he's going to get and try to face the crowd because the ball is going to come back, fall this way. Bart's not able to do that because he doesn't see it right off the bat. At that point, Endy Rodriguez over at first base, who, like Yonder said, hasn't had a lot of experience at first base, so he says, I need to come in here and save the day. I'm a catcher. I know how to catch this ball. I'm coming from the right direction. I can make this play happen, but nobody's calling anybody off. You don't see anybody yelling, and this to turn into a really dangerous play. So one, Bart gets a little turned around, and then he tries to catch the ball out here. Number two, Endy Rodriguez doesn't have a lot of experience there. He comes in and tries to save the day. And the number three thing I have to mention, that the last time we look at this, the ball still falls on the third base side of the field right here.
That's right.
So ideally, you would want the third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes, to come in and take control in that play. But maybe he sees how fast things are moving, and he sees Endy Rodriguez is running with his hair on fire and says, you know what, I need to get out of here before this gets crazy. But it's a botched play as far as communication goes. This is something that doesn't happen very often in a big league game, but you had to be prepared for it to make sure this never happens again.
Absolutely.
That's going to be extremely dangerous. But that's how you would ideally like to make this play. If Joey Bart can't find it, the ball's falling to that side, you would like to see Ke'Bryan Hayes take charge. So, Adnan, if me, you, and Yonder are ever in that situation, I'm taking charge. Get out of my way.
Communicate, man.
I got it.
Communicate.
But for now,